the music keeps going, but the food and drinks don't, and you think that
K1HRS testing audio early. K1HRS testing audio early.
KO4TZK, KO4TZK, KE4ADW. You copy, Andrew?
I copy, John.
Okay, I just ran out to the truck real quick. Can you take me as an early check-in, short of time?
Sure, we got you in the log, John. Thanks for checking in. Have a good night.
You betcha, buddy. Take care. We'll talk to you later. Cheers in 7-3.
YouTube link is pretty cool. K1HRS monitoring the YouTube feed.
It was way easier than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's pretty good, and this is on 10 milliwatts, and I'm listening. I'm pretty like full quieting to you.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. That's funny because you can hear how I'm hearing.
It's kind of distracting to have it on in the background. All right, I will wait for 8 o'clock.
NetLogger is also live. Okay, we'll start it early. CQ for the Knights of the Round Table 2-meter simplex net. This net meets every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern on 146.520 simplex. This net is a function of the South Florida Digital Group, SFL DIGI. Check us out on sfldigi.com. Membership is not necessary to take part in the net, but all licensed amateurs are encouraged to join in. We use NetLogger, so please feel free to check us out there, and we also are streaming live on YouTube. Just type in South Florida Digital Group. My name is Andrew, KO4TZK, and I'm located in Central Boca. I'll be net control for today's simplex net. Okay, we will fix the live stream soon, and we'll start with short of time and early check-ins.
K1HRS.
Okay, K1HRS, we have you in the log. Let's see, anyone else out there?
K4KZM at the shack.
K4KZM. Harold, good evening. So Hunter, you're serious about no audio being passed through? I have a microphone.
Let me double check, but I did not, when you were keying up, it was not passing it. Let me check.
W4BAW, you out there?
I am here. Yes.
Let's see. John Q, K4JQ.
Kilo Echo 4, Juliet, Quebec. Present and accounted for.
It is working. Your audio is passing.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad. Any additional check-ins?
KR4HNY, Rick.
Welcome, Rick. Thanks for coming back. Okay, so I think we're keeping the core SFL Digi group on for the net tonight, and that's okay. We're keeping it tight, and I'm glad that everyone came back. You know, I think it's going to take a while for us to catch on, and people are going to realize eventually that. Last week we discussed what you're using for VHF and a tip you have for using the radio. So I've used Brad's tip of speaking up louder, complains about. But this week we could talk about what's your favorite mode of operation. So it could be voice, it could be digital, but what's one mode you enjoy working? So since John H. had to say hello and bye, we'll start with Hunter. What is your favorite mode?
Good evening, Andrew. Thank you for putting this on. Hello, fellow Knights. My favorite mode, obviously, is digital group, being partial to the SFL Digi group, but the digital for the reasons of it works significantly longer range where voice would be long in the noise. You could still do digital communications, and it's much easier if I had to send maybe a 3-page document instead of me reading a 3-page document, which would be painful and tedious for everybody else. I can just send it to them over data that works really quick. So digital for the win. Back to you.
Yeah, we do so much digital because of the speed and the quality. I mean, especially on VHF, we could do super fast data rates because of how widebanded we can be. Harold, are you still by the radio? K4KZM?
Yes, I am. And of course, my favorite mode is FT8. I would love to do sideband, but I have terrible luck in my development doing that. And anyway, I'm going to go QRT. I was headed home, and I just happened to hear your voice. And I'll keep in mind that you're on this net at this time and frequency. This is K4KZM clear.
Okay, sounds good, Harold. Thanks for checking in. I was talking to someone who has 303 countries on 160 today. He has a quarter wave vertical out in Southwest Ranches. It's 121 feet tall. W4BAW, I think I know your favorite mode, but why don't you tell me?
Oh, it's my turn? That's interesting. It's a little different tonight. You're calling like a roll call before we even checked in. Interesting. I hear you flickering S4, S5. I hear John Q full scale. HMY S4. I haven't heard anybody else. Ken, AK Ken, is trying to listen, but he can't hear us up there in Boynton. He said he might hear somebody stronger when they check in further north. I did not hear the person who remained nameless either, whose call sign sounds like Health and Rehabilitative Services. My favorite mode is FM on 440 repeaters. W4BAW.
I called it. I knew that, but FM is good. I do actually FM on 10 meters and 6 meters when it's good, because it's just an interesting mode, leave the squelch up a little bit, and you never know who's going to come through. I called roll call tonight just because we had a lack of check-ins, but let's see. So far we've had Hunter, K1HRS, Harold, K4KZM, you, Brad, W4BAW. So if you didn't hear those stations and you're out there, that's who checked in previously. The purpose of this net also is to test our 2-meter simplex abilities. So that's why I'm repeating who's in the net. So we'll go on to John Q, KE4JQ.
You're on the wrong frequency.
Well, that would explain it. I'm on the wrong frequency. I went over and listened to Ken trying to get in. Ken, I didn't hear you coming in either over here. I hope you hear me. I got on the wrong channel of the radio here, wrong side of the radio. But HF is my favorite mode of operation. I like trying to get exotic, weird places. So kind of a lot of times I just look around and see who's being spotted in a strange place that I may not have, or that is for some reason interesting. So I try and get those. So mostly HF, I would say, is my favorite mode. But I'm trying to do more of the strange digital modes that we're been messing around with lately. I've just got to get situated at that. Back to net control. Kilo Echo 4, Juliet, Quebec.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm getting ham alerts from one particular member of SFL DIGI who's not joining us today, even though he said he might. He is currently doing HF FT8. But yeah, HF is fun and you get long distance, and the digital modes are quite interesting, especially when you get into the more niche ones. Rick, I know you're a new ham, but do you have a favorite method of operation?
Well, I'm going to be boring and go with the FM answer also because it's what I've got to do the most of. And I believe that I'll figure out more as I go, but for right now, this sounds the best and works the best for me.
FM sure is interesting. I think that I would say the only downside is that when you're keying up, you're putting out the full power of the radio, not like sideband where it's modulating based on your voice. But FM definitely is interesting, and around here we're lucky that we have very active repeaters. So at this time, that's all from the scheduled net. Is there any other stations who can hear us and want to try to get in?
Yes, this is Kilo November 4, Victor Foxtrot Lima, KN4 BFL, Scott in West Boca Raton.
Thanks for joining us, Scott. I hear you pretty good. I know last week we had an issue with you trying to get in, but right now you're about a, 5'6". Scott, what is your favorite method of operation?
Well, I like FM as well on UHF VHF. It's nice and quiet. It works or it doesn't work. And don't have to listen to a lot of noise.
It's a lot easier to hear than regular HF. What I like about FM is, you're right, it either works or it doesn't. Let's see, any additional check-ins before we close
control?
Go ahead, John.
I was going to suggest that another interesting FM mode, if y'all can do it, is 6 meters on the 6-meter repeater. It's supposed to be working now. I'd be interested in anybody who has capability jump on the 6-meter repeater at 53750 and see if we can make contact there.
That's a great idea. If you have 6-meter capabilities, definitely check that out. As always, we always are promoting the 444750 repeater with a PL tone of 110.9. That's our local hangout. So if you're not on there, but everyone is, obviously pay attention. And I will just open it up. If you have any comments or ideas for the net, you can bring those now.
I think the YouTube is great.
I didn't warn everyone, but if you are watching, or if you're checked into the net right now, you're also on YouTube. It's not to get you YouTube famous, but it's really so you can hear your audio at my QTH, which is in like central Boca. So you could kind of hear how you sound on the other end. You can just look that up at South Florida Digital Group on YouTube. So I think at this time we can close the net and just go back to regularly scheduled hamming. But thank you everyone for joining. This is a reoccurring thing, so join us next week at 8 p.m. on Sunday. And we'll have a new topic and maybe some more friends. And I think we'll all go and end up talking to each other on the 444750 repeater. So I'm going to stop the YouTube, and we'll pick this up next week.
I wanted to see if I could take a look at the YouTube before we quit. What's the link? How do I find it?
Andrew, is the frequency clear?
Do you want me to stop streaming?
No.
If you hold it just a second, I want to see if we can see it. I'm not linked on it. How do you find the link?
I think this, well, first of all, great job with the net again. I think this should be promoted as a thing that on Sundays we do 5-2 simplex, and the day is, the culmination of the day's worth of activity culminates to the Nights of the Round Table net at 8 o'clock. So maybe encourage that we take Sundays for 5-2 simplex, when possible, and then at the end of the night, the big wrap-up is the round table.
I definitely like that idea. Get on 5-2 before. And at the end of the night, we hop on here, and that's the who is the most powerful. John, to view the YouTube link, I'll leave it up. It's just SFL DIGI in the search bar. You can look up Knights of the Round Table. It probably will pop up. Or you can just type in South Florida Digital Group, and it's just a live streaming link. I can also text it to you. I think Hunter did. If anyone's struggling, I can help you get it.
Wait until we do the Knights of the Square Table, which is 2-meter sideband.
Is the net closed officially?
Yes, we'll leave the live stream just for those who want to test their audio. But yes, okay. Thank you for attending the Knights of the Round Table. I invite you to check us out on Facebook if you're a Facebook person. It will just give you a reminder when we're doing the net if you sign up for that. You could click I am interested. So we'll now close the net. And I'd like to thank all of you for participating, and this frequency is returned back to general amateur use.
John or Andrew, do you have a minute to go to 5.5? I'm getting a noise on 5.2. I want to see if it's there as well.
I will switch to 5.5, but what that means is the YouTube will also switch to 5.5. So we will go to 5.5. Anyone interested? Go to 5.5, and then we'll probably be on the 750 repeater, which I will close the YouTube when we go to the repeater. I'm here, but it's noisy.
This is definitely noisier than 5.2.
You hear something different on 5.5 than 5.2.
Very crackly.
I'm going back to 5.2 probably.
Crackly, and it's something that has started in the last, 10 days.
Very, very odd. Hunter says go back to 5.2.
Are you hearing it on just me?
Well, I am hearing it on just you, but Hunter is so loud because he's so close to me, you know.
Yeah, that's what happens when John Q comes on. He's so strong that he overwhelms it.
Kilo Echo 4, Juliet, Quebec, overwhelming.
Very faint, but it's there.
Brad, you're a 5 and 2. 5 and 2 for me. I did not catch that last transmission.
Kilo Echo 4, QSY.
I forgot I was on low power, by the way.
Brad, on low power. Oh my.
Wasn't his advice last week to run high power?
That could be the reason.
That was not recorded, but that was his comment. This is true.
Yeah, this rate... Let me make sure I'm not dumb. Yeah, gotta do that. What was I gonna say? That's the thing with this radio I'm not used to. All my old radios, you changed the power setting, it affected it everywhere, unless you locked it into memory. This one, when you change the power setting, it stays there, even though you didn't lock it into memory. It stays there when you come back, even if you roll around and change your channels.
I'm going to officially close the live stream. Has anyone who's wanted to get on that gotten that?
No, it's okay. Go do it.